everybody, let's start with the cover. And I must say I haven't been crafting for a complete week because the flu got in this family too this week. So yeah, it's really always hard for me then to get back on my chair and get crafting again, because yeah, you know, I always get so much ideas and my brain is always going every direction that it's not supposed to be. But okay, so let's start with the cover of our album. So what we need is the two chipboard that comes with the kit, and the two sheets. I don't know how you call these sheets, but it's a really nice creme color one, and I really like this paper for light album covers to make. So grab those items and let's get started. So what we're going to need, well, of course, this chipboard and these papers, and we're going to cut it. We are going to cut, and where are my measurements? Oh yeah, here it is. We are going to cut in this size, in 858 by 7.5 inch, and of course we need that double. Then in centimeters it's 22 by 19 centimeters, and of course also double. So that is the front and the back cover. And then for the spine we need 5/8 by 2 3/4 inch and 22 by 7 centimeters. So that are the measurements for the chipboard. And then this paper, you can cut it in 10 inches. So I already cut it in 10 inches. And in 10 inches, that's about 25.5 centimeters. So, and then you have this left, so you always can keep it. Perhaps we're going to need it later, don't know yet, but I'm going to keep it. Okay, let's put that in my basket. Okay, so let's get started with the cover. Okay, so if you can see, there is a light color and a darker color, and I really like the light color. So first what we're going to do is glue these two on each other. So we have one big sheet. Okay, so I'm going to use my double-sided tape. You can use clear glue if you like. Whatever you have in your stash that's working for you, that works fine. You don't have to use exactly the same things I did. There we go. Peel that off. And now I'm just using my tape as a guideline. And I'm starting at the bottom and then all the way up. That's it. Use a bone folder to make sure that your tape is nicely attached. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to, I think I'm going to use this in the middle. That is not necessary. Let's just start with one piece. You can use your double-sided tape or your clear glue, whatever you're going to like, but be sure you attach enough glue. Not too much, just clear it out. I'm trying to do as much as I can on every single inch or centimeters. And I think the glue will hold perfectly. Okay, so then we're just going to apply this. I am going to center it, eyeball it. Okay. That's step one. Now let's glue this piece. And now, before we are going to attach these chipboard next to each other, keep in mind that your opening has to be enough. And I always say, well, try at least 3 to 4 millimeters away. And if you are going to apply this right along here, eyeball that it's straight, or you can measure it if you like. And I see that this is a 3/16 or a 4 millimeters. So we really need that space. The more space the better. Well, not that wide, but don't make it too tight to each other, because otherwise your corner for the spine will tear, and we don't want that. And we need that space for the paper that goes in, and I will explain that in a later stage, which paper is going to be in. Okay, last piece. So the size of the cover is not completely a square. I don't like, well, it's not that I don't like a square album, but sometimes I really like a portrait one, and then this is just about it. I thought that will be good. Okay, let's put this on here, and also you can measure it if you like. 3/16 or 4 centimeters, 4 millimeters, not 4 centimeters. Good Lord, that's way too much. Okay, so now you can grab your scissors and we can cut this shorter. And you can keep it, perhaps you want to use it later. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it, and I'm using my bone folder to make sure that my glue is on every single piece of chipboard and paper glued together. So take your time with it, especially on the edges and in the middle, of course, too. Take your time. You don't have to rush anything. I'm just doing it with you, so you don't have to skip anything. And just go with the flow with this album, like I always do. I have something in my head, but the pages, I really don't know. Just go with the flow, and then mostly that's the best way to do things. Okay, so now we are done. So now I'm going to cut the corners, and what I like to do is I hope do you see this? Yeah. So what I like to do is, when I'm cutting, I want to stay, well, how much is this? This is for me 2 millimeters, or yeah, 1/16, 1/8. Anyway, at least a little away from that corner. And then you can cut this, you can cut this in a straight line, but I always like to give this a little in the corner. So that means that I have a little more to bend on the inside. That is what I like. It's just my personal preferring. So I'm just going to cut to the corner, stay away a little, and then I'm just going to cut the rest in the corner. Okay. Till that corner, and it really does not have to be perfect, really don't. You're going to just tuck it in, so you don't have to be the perfectionist. Okay. Wait a minute, chair is wheeling noisy today. Ooh, let's get wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Okay. Let's make some place, because we are going to tie the cover up, and I always like to start at the long side. So what I'm going to do is, you can use your double-sided tape, or but for my preferring, I'm going to use my glue gun, so it's faster for you. But if you want to use your double-sided tape, then please do. Now I want to add a little extra glue. Just a little shake. I want to add, well, it's a complete week that it's standing still. So let's see if it's open. Yep, here it goes. So I want to add a little on that chipboard right here, just to give it a little extra sturdy. Let's put this back in. Okay, so now we are ready. So what I like to do is I'm starting in the middle and I'm just going to bend with my thumb all the way around. For me that's just a nice touch to do it slowly. Slowly is better. Just going to use your thumb and fold this nicely through to the chipboard. Okay, when then it's done, you can grab the middle and push it down. Hold it and then go to the top. And always fold to the middle. That's one. And then go down. Fold everything down. Grab your bone folder and squeeze your paper into that chipboard. Now we have put that glue against that chipboard. Now really be gentle with your bone folder. You can make a nice straight line against that chipboard. So be gentle because the glue is a little wet. Okay, that is perfect. Okay, let's go to the other side. Again, I'm going to use some double-sided tape just to make sure that it will stick. Again, a little wet glue against the chipboard. Yep. Here we go. Again, I'm just going first with my thumb. So I'll definitely be sure that what I what I wrap around, it will go straight to that corner. So use your thumb to do that. Okay, when I'm done, again, start in the middle and wrap it inside with your hand. Then go down and go further down. Use your bone folder to make sure that everything is nice attached to your chipboard. That is that. Okay, again, be gentle for the edges. Here we go. Okay, now we are to the corners. Now we tuck that in with your bone folder. Just slide it in. Okay, and now we are going to do exactly the same thing. Use a little tape and a little wet glue. Use your thumb, wrap it around. nice and tight. Start in the middle and use your hand and your bone folder to make it nice and tight. Just be gentle with this one. You don't want to tear anything, be gentle. Here we go. Okay, last piece, tuck it in as a little blanket. A little glue. Tuck it in. There we go. Gentle. Okay, that is that. Okay, now you just can fold it in. And if you want, just be gentle, going in here, and now this paper can go in that opening we made. That is why we need that opening. So that is for this, and that is not the only paper we are going to tuck in. The paper that comes on here also gets in this opening. So if you understand, if you put these chipboard too close to each other, then if you close this, you see, if I close this, this comes together. So you really need that, you see? You need that opening, so the paper can go nicely in that opening. Okay, so that is for the cover. Cool. I really like the size. Really cool. Okay, so that is the cover, and let's go to the next piece, decorating. Okay, next thing what we need is grab that white piece that's in your kit, and we're going to attach it on the spine, so it won't, it can't go, how you call that? Crack. It can't crack your spine because it's still very delicate paper. So that is why I'm going to use this. Yeah, it's not canvas, it's not bookbinder's linen, it's not plastic, it's kind of a, yeah, I don't know what kind of material it is, but it won't tear anyway. That is the meaning of this material. So I already added some double-sided tape on the back, just to save you time, seeing me doing all that tape putting on. Now for my handiness, I smooched very little, just a little with brown on this edge, just a little, so I can see better where I glue it on. So, okay, so what I'm going to do, I just wrap this inside out, and I'm start at the bottom. I'm just going to eyeball it all the way down, and I'm just going to set it, and then, but before you do that, please check if I cut it out the good size for you. I think I will, but I think it's for your sake better that I cut it out just a little larger. So please cut it in the white. This is not particularly special, but this side really needs good care, that it's really nice. You don't want to overlap your cover, and also not to be short also, that's not. So try to find the perfect size to cut it. Okay, so now we bend this. So now we have a nice leather look white spine. Yeah, like it. Okay, so now the next thing what we're going to do is search some nice paper that go along with this. And so first of all I'm going to unpack my design paper. Along, and yeah, I already give you all the papers what's in, but I noticed that on the back of this one, the back of the front cover, I wanted to use for the front cover. So I am grabbing just the front cover, and for this piece I am grabbing the back of this front cover. So that is really easy. So I'm just going to use the front covers. How easy is that? Okay, so this is what we are going to use. These two papers. And what we are going to do is make some place, Diane. It's really too much here. Too crowdy. Okay, now you really can choose what you want to use. Do you want this up right here, or do you want this on the side, or do you want this at the bottom, or this in the top? You can choose whatever you're going to like, but I am going to use this on the right side bottom. So what I'm going to use is grab my pencil, and I'm just going to give this 1 millimeter open for that nice edge, and I'm going to make a mark right against that white. Okay, so let me first cut this piece, then it's easier for me to cut up. Okay, let's go along. I just want to add just a little tiny edge, not too much, not too little, just a little tiny edge. Okay, now before I'm going to add it, I'm just grabbing my vintage photo distress ink, and I'm going to smudge my edge. And you can make that white or dark, but I like to smudge it a little more. So I'm just going to along the edges, and then I'm just going to make some circles all the way down. Just be gentle, not too much. So first the edges, and then I'm just using the circles to smudge it a little wider. Okay, now let's see, just on the corners I want a little more. Yeah, good. Yep, just how I like it. Now the left side we don't need that to cover up. Okay, so now I'm going to apply this right on top here. Now if you noticed that this is not completely against, that's no big deal. Just lift it up and put it over that white. No need to be worried a thing. So that is what we're going to do on the right side. And for the left piece, I'm just going to use this piece, and Well, perhaps I don't. Well, I don't think. No, it's no matter. It's really no matter what we're going to use. No big deal. So, line it up exactly as the front against that white and make 2 marks and cut it. Now I hope that that is my mark right there. Yep. Let's check before I cut the wrong side. There we go. Yep, perfect. Okay, now I'm going to do exactly the same. First the edges, then use some round movements around that edge. And you can put this down on your table, of course, if you like. Yep, like it. Okay, so that is done. So I'm going to glue it down and I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so now I glued on my front and back cover, but I want something on the spine too, and I'm going to make a ribbon, I call that, I don't know, but you're going to see in a minute. We are going to make ribbon on this side because you loved it, so I thought why not do that in a kit. So, but I think if I only do the ribbon and you see the white underneath, well, I think it's a little boring. So I want to add, and you can choose, if you can choose this piece or this one. That's all up to you. Or you can choose this one or this one. Whatever you're going to like. But I think I'm going to do this one. I really like this bottom piece. So let's say, well, the spine is 7. Well, at least we want the height, and I want to be exactly as my white, or a little less. So that is what I'm first going to cut. Check if it's not too white, not too large. Well, it can be just a little shorter. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now this is 7, and I don't want to go all the way because we want that little white coming off. So I think a 6 will be good. Yeah, 6 and 6. No, not 6 and 6, but 6 centimeter is for you guys. Well, let's say 2 1/4 to. I will tell you in a minute. I cut it at 6. Cut it, yeah. And for the Dutch people, I'm going to cut this at 6 and in inches. Then that's yeah, that's 2 3/8 to 7/16. So that is the measurement I'm going to use. So I still have a little white left. Yeah, that's perfect. So now I'm going to smudge it. Same as the other one I did. Okay. And now I'm just going to add again some double-sided tape and glue it on, and then I'll be back to you. Okay, so yeah, that's done. We like it. So now the decoration for the spine. So what we're going to need is, let's make a little space for my design paper. Oh, yeah, there it goes. I'll pick it up later. First thing, I already glued my, not glued, I already put my hot glue gun in the electric. Oh my gosh, I just turned it on. Good lord. Why am I always struggling with the right words? Just do it in your own language. Just the people understand what you are saying. Yeah. I turn on my hot glue. Yeah. Need some space. God, I always hate that when it's already... Okay. I picked up this lace. And we are going to glue that right along here. So, against that white. That is the first thing I'm going to add. So, just on that edge. Okay. Use your finger to make it as flat as possible. Okay. Now the last part. Now wait till it's a little dry, otherwise you are burning your finger. What you feel when it's possible. Okay, so that is nicely attached. Now do exactly the same thing on the other side. Here we go. Push it to that lace. When it's almost not hot again, more, not hot. Okay, now of course we don't want this to flatter, so I'm just going to add a little in the middle. Ooh, just a little, not too much, it's just that it will stay there. Because I don't want to flap it all the way. Okay, same on here. Just a little. Here we go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, next step. I am grabbing this piece of lace. It's a little beige color. Really like it. And I'm just going to stay away just a little because we are going to add that pink one. Let's say how far. The pink one I want to go over that first one, and this one I just want to overlap it a little. So just stay away a little, not too much. Let's say, yeah. Just a little. So I would say stay away just a few millimeters away from that first line of glue. And again, when it's not too hot, you can push it down nicely flat. If you don't have a hot glue, you always can use another good glue. Let's say, what other glue you can use? Well, of course you can use the arc glitter glue, but then you have to be patient. Well, it will dry very fast, but still you have to be a little patient till it's dry. Or you can use the Potex, this one. It's also a very good one to do this. Also quick to dry. I think I need another stick. And I had a tip the other week. I'm going to use that now. Normally I will stick this in and then you have to move it a little. But somebody said if you glue the little dots on here, then stick it in and glue it on the other one like that, then you go right along. Okay, so let's see if that worked. And it does. Wow. Haha, super tip. That was a great tip I got last week. You see, I'm still learning. Yes, I am. Never too old to learn. Okay, so now it's time for the pink one. And like I said, I just wanted to overlap a little from that beige one. So again, applying. And I think I'm just going to add the glue right along that first line of glue. So you don't go glue, glue, glue all the way up. So I'm just going to add against the glue line. So this is the first glue line. So that is the one that I will follow right along. And be sure that this is just a little overlapping. Give it a nice push. But I really like the hot glue because that's quickly to dry and very sturdy. So that is why I like to use it. Okay. That's that for this side. Let's go to the other side. Just a little overlapping. Gosh, I love this. I love that vintage shabby chic look. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now we are done with this ribbon. So now I'm going to flip it over and we are going to attach, of course, this to here. I don't want to make it too thick, so I'm just going to rub it out. Make it as flat as possible. Okay. Clean your fingers. And if it's this too long, you just can cut it down. Like that. Okay. That worked pretty well. Don't burn yourself. I don't want to be responsible that you are burning yourself, so take it easy. There we go. Okay, last piece. This side. These are a little shorter, but still good to glue on the edge. Here we go. That's that. Clean your fingers, clean your plate, your desk. Okay, that's that. Cut leftovers. Yep, that's nice. Okay. Yep, goody goody goody. I like it. So far, so good. Yeah, now comes the next fun part. Ooh. Okay, for the next part we are going to use these little, yeah, how you call these little things? These little ones. Yeah. I know where they are supposed to use for. When you have a little paint frame, I call that a little painting, and you want that hanging on your wall, then you can find these at building markets, and you have these in different sizes and different colors, and then you can add this on the back of your frame for your painting, and you can hang this to your wall. So that is why they are supposed to use for, but I'm going to use these for the ribbon closures. So yeah, that is what we're going to need. And you have 10 in your package. And what I like to do is make a little, oh, I think it's here. I'll make a little template. Let's see where I have it. Where it is. Good Lord, I hope I did not throw it away. I made a little template. Where is it? Let me find it, guys. Oh my gosh, where is it? Wait, I need to find it because that's really handy, and otherwise I need to make another one. Oh yes, I got it. So what is useful to make a template like this? So grab a piece of your paper stash and make exactly the same. Oh gosh, my chair is really noisy today. It's crankly. Anyway, make the same size as it is, and then you make 5 holes in it, and that's really yeah, you can make them separately as you wish. I started at 2 centimeters, and then I picked the middle in between these two. Let's say this is 18, so I make one at 9, and then again I pick the middle from these two. So that is how I separately made these little holes. So let's see where I want these. Well, we have that glue right here. where do you want these to make? Do we want it here or way over there? Or just here so they overlap nicely? That pink, I think that's a good idea, because there is any I think on top that beige. What do you think? Yep, that is what I'm going to do. So I'm just grabbing a pen, a good side of a pen, and then I'm just going to add it right here, and then I have that see-through. So when I see that pink ribbon, I don't want to see that pink ribbon, so just make it straight. There is the pink ribbon, so move away. Then go up, then I see that pink ribbon, move away. So it's supposed to be that I'm now only at that beige ribbon. That is the meaning of it. Yeah, perfect. So if I will add this, it's nicely on here. So I'm going to do that exactly the same thing here. Just make sure that this is correctly same size. Then see here, pink ribbon, move away. Pink ribbon, move away. And then I'm just going to make a little black dot on that beige lace. So that is that for my template. By the way, and now it's just a matter of time move, make some room. Gosh, my table is really too small. Anyway, let's make a nice hole with your picker. Here we go. Use that board. Now, and let's stuck it in. Now it's a little difficult with that lace, so perhaps you can make your hole a little wider. Here we go. That is number one. Now really push it hard. Give it a nice push on that board. And then you want to open that two legs. And still push it. Push it real hard. So it's really nice and tight. And then use a flat piece. Well, this is flat, but you also can use your bone folder or whatever you think. And really push it hard, so it's nicely attached to it. That's that. And then you can go on and on. On the next one. Move it to here. Give it a nice push. Turn it and still push it real hard. Open those legs and push it into the chipboard. That's that. And so on and on and on. Okay. Cool. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, and when I am finished, it's time to do our seam binding closure. Yay! Now I really like this to be a little wrinkled, so I'm just grabbing my water and I'm just going to add a little water on it. Don't know exactly how much, but just use a little. And just squeeze it with my hands, and yep, There we get enough wrinkles. Okay, next thing is, well, I always like to do it double. So what I like to do, at least I want it wrinkled, but we still want to work with it, of course. So just go to my fingers to make it nice. There we go. All to the ends. All to the ends. And then it is wrinkled, but here we go. Okay. So I want this to split in two. Difficult. Split in two. Okay, so then we just going to, and I'm using a big needle, but you don't have to, but if you have to, then you can use it. I want to let you see that it's no need, because if you make this nicely tight at the end, you can just make this go all the way through. Okay, so and now we're just going to tie it up and make sure that this is the middle. So how we do that, we're just going to do that like this. Hey guys. Okay, so this is the middle, and from here we are going to work all the way up. And like I said, you don't have to use that big needle. You can, but if you don't have one, then just use your patience and go all the way up. Here we go. Now I'm grabbing the other one. So I made this pretty loose. The needle is especially handy for me, so you don't have to see me struggling with those holes. So it's easier for me and quicker for you to see. Okay, so now I'm all the way up. Now you can see if there is any adjustment you want on that lace. Now normally I will leave it as it is, but you can always check and turn if there is something you want to turn. So you can choose that, but I always like normally how it is. Okay, and then you just have to tie this together like that and make a little bow, and that's that. How easy and quick is that? Here we go. That's that, folks. And then if you close your album down, you still can check if you're good to go with all these little things. You can adjust them. Don't pull too hard because the braids are really tiny. Okay. So, yep, that's that. I like to cut these a little. Because I just use them to go through that holes. Okay. Yeah, you guys, our cover outside is done and I really like it. So you always can add a little charm on here if you like, or on here, or you can put anything on it if you like, or something on here, whatever you're going to like. I really like this. What do you think? Gosh, I like it. Cool. And I'm so glad I did the background. The white was otherwise really too yeah, too boring, I guess. It could be, you could only do the white, but I think that this is really looking well. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so next part. Who is going to join me? Okay, thanks for watching.